Let's go. I got a vision I see in my head, a melody buried deep into my soul. They call us crazy, we cutting the edge, unlocking the future and letting it go. This is a calling that's higher. The time we decided our stories are gonna be told. This is where legends are born. We paving the road, a future that favors the bold. Break the rules, break the laws. This is the moment we change it all. Break the rules, break the laws. This is the moment we change it all. Yeah, greatness. Yeah, it feels like greatness. Woo! Greatness, yeah, it feels like greatness. Legendary in the making. Reach out and we take it. Not to emerge, we on the verge, and it feels like greatness. Something coming, I can feel it. Deep down in my spirit. Revolution, it's a new day. Time to redefine the limits. So vivid, I can see it. So loud, I can hear it. So they calling me a madman, but the future belongs to the fearless. Yeah, it feels like greatness. Woo! Greatness. Yeah, it feels like greatness. Legendary in the making. Reach out and we take it. About to emerge, we on the verge, and it feels like greatness. Greatness. Yeah, it feels like greatness. Woo! Greatness. Yeah, it feels like greatness. Legendary in the making. Reach out and we take it. About to emerge, we on the verge, and it feels like greatness. This is the truth, into the light. Taking our dreams and we bring them to life. This is the truth, into the light. Taking our dreams and we bring them to life. Yeah, greatness. Yeah, it feels like greatness. Woo! Greatness. Yeah, it feels like greatness. Legendary in the making. Reach out and we take it. About to emerge, we on the verge, and it feels like greatness. We bout to set the tone, we bout to write the code. Yeah, we writing the code. Yeah. We on a new elevation, we came here to shatter the mold. We gon' shatter the mold. Yeah, we bout to set the tone, we bout to write the code. Yeah, we writing the code. Yeah, we on a new elevation, we came here to shatter the mold. Yeah. I know you hear it, I know you see it. We are the fearless, we are the genius, we are defiance, we are the beacons, we are the true believers. Yeah, greatness. Yeah, it feels like greatness. Woo! Greatness, yeah, it feels like greatness. Legendary in the making. Reach out and we take it. About to emerge, we on the verge, and it feels like greatness. Yeah. Woo. Greatness. questioning your fate. I have a voice that is my savior, hates to love and loves to hate. I have a voice that has the knowledge and the power to your fate. I hear voices crying, I see heroes dying, I taste blood that's trying, I feel tension rising.
Hello and welcome to the WWE Wrestling Talk Show with Lee Rock Jones and
Sean Randy's purpose, our reactions to WWE Elimination Chamber, which came at you from the Bell Centre in Montreal, Quebec, Canada.
yes, picture breaks on. We get to the pit stop on the road to WrestleMania, known as the Elimination Chamber, which had several matches that had implications for WrestleMania.
Yes, and look, there was no pre-show match.
For once, although that seems to be becoming more of a regular occurrence as well.
Starting off with our first Elimination Chamber match.
Yes, the first Elimination Chamber match was the Women's Elimination Chamber match to decide who would challenge Bianca Belair for the Raw Women's Championship at WrestleMania, since Rhea Ripley, who won the Women's Royal Rumble, decided to challenge for the SmackDown Women's Championship.
So, the following women win this match were Natalya, Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Nikki Cross, Carmella, Asuka.
The order of entry into this match. The match started with Natalya and Liv Morgan. Then first to be let out of the pod was Raquel Rodriguez.
Then, next to be entered from the pods was Nikki Cross, who, to be honest, this match kind of suits her considering how chaotic and mad she is.
Well, she did think she was a superhero at one stage.
Can't argue with that.
Then came Carmella.
The wife of Corey Graves.
And the final person to be let out of the pod was the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka.
So now we're going to go through order of elimination.
First to exit the chamber following a Raquel bomb was Nikki Cross.
After 11 minutes and 40 seconds.
Then 5 minutes later, following a double submission by Asuka and Natalya, Liv Morgan was eliminated by technical submission.
In other words, she passed out after 16 minutes and 40 seconds.
Then less than a minute after that, Carmella managed to get the better of Natalya, eliminating her.
And then, very surprisingly, Carmella and Asuka eliminated Raquel Rodriguez.
Yes, so they were in a double team situation with a bunch of double kicks and then a double pinfall. And then just after that, Carmella would fall victim to the Asuka lock.
Meaning the winner of the match and number one contender to face Bianca Belair at WrestleMania for the Raw Women's Championship is the Empress of Tomorrow.
I may be wrong, but this, I believe, is Asuka's first women's championship match in almost a year, if not 2 years.
Yes, and history was made at the end of this match. Asuka is now the only woman to have won the women's Royal Rumble match, the women's Money in the Bank ladder match, and now the women's Elimination Chamber match.
Yes, but she hasn't won the championship of WrestleMania. She's defended and lost the championship at WrestleMania.
But never won it. Next, we move on to our one-on-one match between Bobby Lashley and
Brock Lesnar.
Oh, Jesus.
Now, I admit, I was surprised this went on second.
Yes, same here.
So, what do we say about this? Okay, so...
yeah, I don't know what to say.
So... Lesnar started with a spear and Lashley.
Yep.
Clothesline after the win.
Yeah.
Of course, there was a little bit of a trip to a little place called Suplex City.
Quite a few times over.
Then Lashley managed to hit a spear onto Lesnar for a near fall.
Okay.
Lashley would hit a second spear and go for the hurt lock. Except Lesnar managed to escape that and hit an F5.
He did.
Except Lashley kicked out of that. Then Lesnar would go for a second F5 for again a near fall.
Yeah.
Then we had Lashley go for a spear on Lesnar after managing to escape an F5.
Mm-hmm.
And apply the hurt lock.
But at this point, instead of powering out,
Well,
Lesnar tried to power out.
Yeah, he tried several times.
But then decided, you know what? I'm going to kick Lashley where the sun doesn't shine.
And in an act of desperation, Lesnar hits a low blow. Which means that Bobby Lashley won the match by disqualification. However, Brock Lesnar was not done there.
Yes.
Because Lesnar would go a bit crazy.
He would.
Hit an F5 on the referee.
Yeah.
And
another onto Lashley, I think.
Yeah, hit another one onto Lashley. And then a fourth one on Lashley through the announce table, and another one on the referee through the table as well.
So let's just say we had quite a few F5s going off course.
Yes, I think there was a new development in Suplex City called F5 Corner.
And now we move on to our next match, which was a mixed tag team match between the Judgment Days, Finn Balor and Rhea Ripley, taking on Edge and Beth Phoenix.
Judgment Day and Edge have been going at it for coming up to a year at this point.
Pretty much.
This really kicked into high gear following events of Extreme Rules.
Yeah.
With a concerto under Beth Phoenix.
Building her out for a while. Obviously, concerto.
And then ruling Edge out for a while whilst being busy filming a show for Disney Plus.
Which is a good show, by the way. Make sure you check it out.
Cheap plug.
Cheap plug.
Now, they needed to be particularly careful how they booked this.
Yes.
Because, really, you don't want your championship contenders to lose before WrestleMania.
Yes. How they got this match done was very clever.
Yes, well, typical back and forth tag team action. Of course, the men wrestle the men, the women wrestle the women.
Of course.
Of course, for Judgment Day had that pesky little pest get involved.
In Dominic Mysterio.
Yes. Dominic would attempt to yes, in several cases, including in the closing moment when he managed to pass Rhea Ripley a pair of brass knucks.
Yes.
And I watching this bit, by the way, I couldn't decide whether it was a possible mistimed box almost on the part of either Edge or Beth Phoenix. Because in this moment, Beth Phoenix was supposed to break up the pin, but it looked like Edge kicked out just before she got there. Then we went to a corner where Rhea Ripley and Beth Phoenix performed powerbombs on Edge and Finn Balor respectively. Then we got to another point where Rhea Ripley was going for another concerto onto Beth Phoenix. Well, on the stairs with Finn Balor holding Edge to watch. However, that managed to be countered into Beth Phoenix performing a Grand Slam onto Rhea Ripley.
Pretty much.
Balor would go for the Slim Blade on Edge. And, of course, the shotgun dropkick, only for that to be countered into a spear. And Edge and Beth Phoenix would borrow a move from a certain tag team that must not be named to hit Balor with a Saturn machine.
For the 1, 2, 3.
Which means that Edge and Beth Phoenix win the match. They are undefeated in mixed tag team matches, with the Judgment Day now joining the same club as Missing Release.
Yeah.
And they booked this in the correct way by having Balor take the pin.
Rather than the championship contenders picking up the win.
However, this will not end things, and it was continued the next night on Raw as well, as we'll get to following the next match.
Yes. Which was a Elimination Chamber match for the United States Championship. As Austin Theory put his title on the line against Bronson Reed, Damian Priest, Johnny Gargano, Montez Ford, and Seth Freakin'.
Now, Johnny Gargano and Seth Rollins, two of NXT's biggest names, I would argue,
Yes.
started the match.
And in the pods were Austin Theory, Damian Priest, Bronson Reed, and Montez Ford.
So first to be left out was Austin Theory.
Then Damian Priest.
Then Bronson Reed.
And then finally Montez Ford.
Now, there were a few spots during this match. Of course, Montez Ford, being the high flyer that he is, had to have several of them.
Yeah, he went on a bit of a mad one in this match.
Just a bit. However, I also think during this match he must have forgot his name, because I swear, yes, at one point Ford decided it would be a great idea to attempt a people's elbow.
Yeah, he did your move.
Except I was intercepted by Bronson Reed.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Only had things like the frog splash type situation from the top of the pod. Bronson Reed was the first person to be eliminated by Montez Ford after everyone else had hit their finishing on him. Then Johnny Gargano would fall victim to Damian Priest. Then Damian Priest was eliminated by Montez Ford. And then Montez Ford was eliminated by Austin Theory. And this is where it set up a conclusion.
So Montez Ford was being helped out of the chamber by all the medical officials and referees because he looked like he was in a bit of pain. Then out of nowhere, Logan Paul jumps in the chamber and attacks Seth Rollins and hits him with Seth Rollins' own finishing move, the curb stomp.
Allowing Austin Theory to retain the United States Championship. Because this whole thing with Logan Paul and Seth Rollins really started back at the Royal Rumble when Logan Paul eliminated Seth in that match. Words have been going on back and forth since then. And now I think it is safe to say that come WrestleMania, it will be Seth Rollins versus Logan Paul.
And then finally in our next match, in our main event.
Well, before we get to that, circle back to Edge, shall we?
Oh yes.
So, following their respective wins, it was announced that on Raw, Austin Theory would defend the United States Championship against Edge.
Then Edge took the press conference to say, yes, I'd accept your challenge, Austin Theory.
So we get to the match, and of course, Finn Balor has to get involved.
Oh, yes.
Which costs Edge that match, and probably indicates that a rumoured match, which was originally rumoured to be taking place at Royal Rumble, will take place at WrestleMania. In Edge versus Finn Balor, rumoured to take place inside the little structure known as Hell in a Cell.
Yes.
And then finally taking place at the Elimination Chamber, it's the head of a table, the tribal chief,
taking on his former honorary goose in Sami Zayn.
in a very Sami Zayn pro crowd.
Yes, with the crowd chanting all sorts of abuse at Roman Reigns. This is almost like Money in the Bank 2011 vibes and ECW One Night Stand 2006 vibes.
Oh, also kind of replicated what happened to Roman across at the castle.
Oh yes, but obviously which you were in attendance for.
So this was actually a very interesting match.
It was actually.
With big moves, Blue Thunder Bomb being performed, Superman punches by both men.
Yes.
The Haruva kick was performed for a near fall.
Was.
And of course, our main event championship match is without some kind of referee bump.
Yes, the referee got taken down in this match.
Twice.
Yes.
Which, of course, allowed Jimmy Uso to get involved. And then also during this situation, Jey Uso would make an appearance with a steel chair.
Yes.
When the shades of what happened at the Royal Rumble.
But again, the chair was about to be used, but Roman goes, nah. And he hands the chair to the Uso. And very slowly, you could see Jey Uso slowly make his way towards the back of Roman Reigns.
Oh yeah, and Jey ultimately refused to hit Zayn and was, let's just say, berated by Roman Reigns.
Was.
Zayn would attempt to spear Reigns there. But was dodged. And hit by Jey, and then Reigns would hit Zayn with a chair and finish with a spear to retain the Universal WWE Undisputed Championship. And ultimately set up the match we all knew was going to take place at WrestleMania. Roman Reigns versus the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes. But after the
And
match,
yeah, this is where things would get even worse with Sami Zayn.
yes, Jimmy Uso would appear for a pop, appear to attack Zayn. But then, making his first appearance since the Royal Rumble beatdown he was on,
Yeah.
KO, Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens comes down, gives one of the Usos a stunner. I believe it was Jay, I think it was.
Jimmy, Jay's the one who's trying to get out of this at the moment.
So Jimmy gets stunned. He then hits a stun on Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Heyman then jumps in the ring and tries to get a few tame shots on Kevin Owens before he too gets stunned.
And Jimmy Uso is put through the announce table, which should be put back together with a proper powerbomb.
And then Roman Reigns again gets laid out by Kevin Owens.
And then ultimately, Reigns is laid out by a Hoover kick by Sami Zayn, and Owens left the ring allowing Sami Zayn to close out the Elimination Chamber in front of his hometown crowd.
Yes.
Ultimately teasing, although it's not confirmed yet, but it's all but confirmed at WrestleMania, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are likely going to be facing the Usos for the Tag Team Championships.
Yes. So let us run you through the Elimination Chamber card one last time.
In the Women's Elimination Chamber match to decide who would challenge Bianca Belair for the Raw Women's Championship at WrestleMania, Asuka defeated Carmella, Liv Morgan, Natalya, Nikki ASH/Cross, and Raquel Rodriguez.
Bobby Lashley beat Brock Lesnar by disqualification.
Edge and Beth Phoenix defeated the Judgment Day, Finn Balor and Rhea Ripley in a mixed tag team match.
Austin Theory retained his United States Championship inside the Elimination Chamber against Bronson Reed, Damian Priest, Johnny Gargano, Montez Ford, and Seth Rollins.
And Roman Reigns retained the undisputed WWE Universal Championship by defeating Sami Zayn, although Sami Zayn got the last word.
So that about does it for WWE Elimination Chamber, or otherwise known as it's known in Germany, No Escape.
Coming up next is the show of shows, WrestleMania, along with the Hall of Fame, and of course NXT Stand and Deliver. Also, before then, sometime, we will bring you a review/look from our perspectives of WWE 2K23.
So a lot to look forward to. So until then, he's been
With Rock Jones, and he's been
John Randy Smith, and we will see you next time for our next show. Ta-ra for now.